President and CEO Jay Timmons. And Jay, I was looking at some of the results from your survey, and in the fourth quarter, 69.9% of respondents did give a favorable response for their companies. That's a 15 percentage point increase from Q2. That seems to be a very positive sentiment coming from this group.
That's definitely positive movement, Cheryl. There's no question about that. So 70% have an optimistic outlook for their companies for the next year or so. That's a little bit less than our average, which is about 74% over the 20-year history of this survey. It is also down significantly from the first quarter of President Trump's first term, which was about 95%. But there was a lot of pent-up demand then, and what you're seeing from manufacturers now is a big thumbs up for the direction that we're heading in terms of our economy.
And I think that's what Jamison Greer is trying to make in this piece in the Financial Times. And he says American trade policy is geared towards reindustrialization, and it is working. What does the manufacturing community need in 2026 to make sure that this continues? And this goes beyond the build-out of AI data centers. There's much, much more that can be done, in particular in an environment with so much deregulation.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And look, there are certain things that have to be done in 2026 to keep this optimism going. But we do have to look to 2025 and think about all the great achievements. So the tax bill, regulatory certainty, energy dominance, those things have been fantastic tailwinds for manufacturers. But what we're looking at for 2026 is we need Congress to deliver on permitting reform so that we can build more plants and facilities, permit mines, which take 10 to 15 years to permit in this country. We need some certainty in the trade space, and that's the #1 concern we're hearing from manufacturers in terms of a cost driver for the future. And then, of course, workforce policy is so essential. So that means training and upskilling our workers, but it also means a immigration policy that relies on the economic needs of this country in addition to protecting our borders.
Well, you brought up the employment picture because 72% of your respondents, I thought this was interesting, say they need skilled production workers, technicians, welders, and machinists. I think that's interesting because there is a lot of concern we've heard about the employment picture going into 2026, and that you're going to see because of AI, or maybe there's other issues with tariffs through the economy. Maybe you're going to see a decrease in employment opportunities for Americans. But you're saying the opposite. There are plenty of job opportunities out there for Americans.
Yeah, we've got this really strange dichotomy. So over the course of the last year, we've lost, estimates around 80,000 manufacturing jobs. But we also have over 400,000 open jobs, as you indicated, in the sector. And so we do need those high-skilled workers. The nature of jobs in manufacturing, as it always has done, by the way, over the course of the last couple of centuries, the nature of the jobs are changing. And that has been the case for many, many years, that we've had this, several 100,000 person gap in manufacturing employment. We do need more workers in the sector. These are the highest paying jobs on average of any sector of the economy. They're six-figure salaries to start in many cases. Yeah. So we want to make sure that Americans know what opportunities there are in manufacturing, especially, by the way, Cheryl, as we grow and hopefully are able to see more investment and, again, more job creation here in the United States.
That is a big piece of that economic story that the president talks about. My thanks, of course, to Jay Timmons. Jay, thank you.